So today I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove to you how these HGTV shows are full of crap and how it's costing me $25,000 just to sell a $250,000 house. Let's go. Greetings class, Chris Haskins here with the realestateroundup.com. My mission, my ministry, to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. Yes, today I'm going to show you costs to sell. Costs to sell. Why do real estate investors have to buy at such a deep discount, class? I'm glad you asked. Because cost to sell is what's going to kill you, it's going to get you. I've got coaching clients all around the country, and I don't know why, but they want to pay so much more. I'm sure I've got my gentleman. Oh, I have to say thank you, Brother Lou, for working with me, my friend. Thank you. I'm sure Lou has probably been in that same boat where Lou's in real estate too, wants to pay a little bit more than what we should sometimes. I've done the same thing. So today we're going to talk about cost to sell. If you're watching these HGTV crap shows, they're selling $500,000-$600,000 houses, right? And they only have $10,000-$15,000 closing costs. Just wipe that out of your mind. Wipe that out of your mind. This is going to cost you a lot more to sell an average, I call affordable house in America today. So today our subject property, we just sold it. So I've got the HUD right here. Well, not HUD anymore. We're calling it a closing disclosure. Did you know they don't use HUDs anymore, Lou? They don't even use HUDs anymore. So I don't know why, but now we've got to be politically correct and use closing disclosures. I don't know why to do this. So I'm going to go over, I'm going to show you, I'm going to put it on the screen to prove to you the cost to sell an average affordable house, $250,000. All right, let's do this. So I'm going to put it on the screen. You'll see our purchase price on this one. I just told you $250,000. First thing that you got off the top, going in, whether I sell it, anybody sells it in the world, unless you're a realtor. You can save that fee. We got realtor fees, not realtor. Not realtor, it's realtor, okay, class? Where's my knife to slit my wrist every time I hear realtor? Good God, it's realtor, okay? So realtor fees, 6%, right? But why is that? We've got to pay to sell it, and we've got to pay for the buyer to buy it. We are paying all realtor fees. 6% on a $250,000 house is going to be $7,500. I don't got my math off. 7,500 times 2, class. So that's going to be 15,000. Good God. 15,000 to sell. This to sell your property. I'm going to show you on the HUD where that is. Let me back up and go down my HUD. Excuse me, my closing disclosure. Let me go down here first. Closing costs. We, in our market, generally speaking, we have to pay the buyer's closing costs just so we can get out of the deal, right? So on this particular one here, we had to pay not 3%, we had to pay 4%, and I wanted to get out of it. I'm not emotional with houses. I don't care how long we keep them. I just want to go, move on. The name of the game to be successful in real estate, in my experience, is volume. Moving on. Some deals you make big, some deals you make medium, some deals you make small, okay? So this deal here, let's skip realtor fees, and I'm going to come back to that. Closing costs for the buyer. Now let's go. I'm going to bring you on the screen here. Line N8. You see right there. Closing costs. Seller credits. That is the closing cost. 4%. We got 250,000 times 4% is 10 grand. So off the top, whack. I'm taking a haircut. I'm having to give $10,000 to the seller, literally. I'm sorry, to the buyer, literally, for them to buy my house. Is that crazy or what? So off the top here. Usually it's going to be 3%, but on this one, I got to change my mind here. For our example, closing costs, I paid $10K. Good God, no, you're going to have to stay with me because I have to bring it around so you can understand cost to sell. And they're usually right around 11-12%. Okay, so we've got $10,000 on the cost to sell. That's line N8. Now let me just take you to one box before we move on. I want you to also look at line N3, existing loan. This is a government document here, class. How many times have I have to go over this? Existing loan, or assumed or taken subject to. So subject to is right here. All right. I'm sick of hearing it subject to is illegal. You can't do that in my state. No, it's right here on the government created forms, okay? So don't be scared of subject to. We're gonna take loans over subject to, but this is not a subject to, right? But it's right here on the paper. So don't be scared about that. All right, let's move on. What the next thing I wanted to cover was my realtor fees. Realtor, not realtor, okay? Realtor fees, let's go down to line number H11. H11. That's right, H11. So one side, realtor fee is three. Why do I have 3 and 3 here? Because 3% for me to sell it, 3% for them to buy it, and I pay it all. All right. So 3% is $7,500 on H11 times 2. That's gonna be 15,000. Good gracious. 15K. So I want you to look here on line H11. That is the buyer's realtor, and then typically line H10 will be my realtor. You'll see another realtor fee, 3% there of $7,500. Now let me explain to you how investors do it. I'm going to show you the price of you watching this video, how you can save you some money. We do something called flat fee listings, and you're hearing my little multi-pool in the background there. Flat fee listings class. So we've already paid our realtor a flat fee. We write her a check when we list it. All right, so we're paying the realtor a flat fee. That saves us a few dollars to sell the property, but that's not typical. It's not in the generally speaking, and I don't want you to count on that for you to sell your house. I want you to count on your cost to sell being 3 and 3. All right, because I don't know if you're going to have the opportunity or even the relationship to do a flat fee listing. So you'll see at line H10, that's typically my realtor, but there's no fee there because we've already paid it. All right, so you can pay whatever you negotiate with your realtor in your area or your broker to do that. And typically realtors can't necessarily do it, but brokers can. So usually on a generally speaking HUD, you would see H11 $7,500 and H10 another $7,500. So that's 15,000. All right. So off the top, class, I just wanted to prove to you, and you've seen it right here in the paperwork on the seller disclosures, how it's costing me. This is 10,000, 15. That's 25,000. Forget, we haven't even gotten here, class. Haven't even gotten here. Interest on the money on this deal here, I paid 7,000. This is really nice. My dogs are. I guess they want to do a video too. So interest on the money, I paid 7,000. So it really cost me. Oh yeah, that's right, because I didn't pay. Well, I had a flat fee on my realtor, so 10, 7, 75. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, class. So I want you to see that HGTV do not, they're all fake. They're actors, narrators. They contacted me to come narrate properties for different production companies that are not even my flips. So I just want you to know that when you watch these shows, those numbers, man, they're nowhere close to what it is. And this is the start. We're not even talking about maintenance, upkeep, taxes, insurance that you're having to pay while you're holding on to these houses. I'm not even going to get into that, but I want you to see the meat of the big numbers before, and those small numbers can add up by the thousand. They add up so quick. Next thing you know, you bringing money to closing. Good God, you're having to bring money to closing. So, all right, so I just proved to you that HGTV shows are crap. $250,000 house is costing me, I put 11%, roughly 11, generally, I can't, every house is different. So, and this is on holding the property for 6 months, right? We're paying, and 6 months is a fast flip. I know some of my clients, and even me, I've held houses for over a year sometimes. So this money, this 11% can go up to 12, 13, 14, quick, real quick. So just keep this stuff in mind when you're making your offers. Don't offer too much, and explain this to your seller when you're going in. Miss Smith, Larry Luigi, I gotta give him props. Whether you sell it or I sell it at the end of the day after it's fixed up, we're gonna have to list it with a realtor, right? It's gonna be 15,000. 15,000. It is the truth. Be honest, have integrity, be truthful with your sellers, and you'll do well in business. Chris Haskins, realestateroundup.com. Please take a second, class. Take a 1 second out of your day. Subscribe to my channel. Like this content. What are your costs to sell in your area? What are you spending? Because I know some people say, I'm not gonna pay that closing cost for my buyer. I'm not gonna pay closing costs for my buyer. And don't forget, we have to pay closing costs. We have to pay closing costs to buy it before we resell it, right? You gotta pay this just to get into it. And that's another expense that we didn't even go over. So some people say, I don't want to pay closing costs to sell my house. I'm not gonna pay. Well, do you want to sell your house? Do you want to sell it? Because I promise you, other people down the street, or even me, we're paying closing costs, because I want to be done. I want to move on. I want to get my $180,000 back, move on to the next house. Please subscribe, like the content, comment, and I'll see you on the next video class. Real Estate Roundup, I'm out. Peace.